Hi, welcome to the Chicala Kitchen. I'm Patty. Today I am going to show you how I make what I've become somewhat famous for among my customers. It's Pattie's roasted banana tropical banana bread. I know that's a long title, but that's what my customers called it. I can't even tell you how many of these I sold when I was personal chefing and when I was catering. It was always on the table for brunches. We've even made little muffins out of it, but this is a delicious banana bread, maybe a little bit different from your typical banana bread. So let's get started. This is 1 stick of butter brought to room temperature so it's soft, and 1 cup of sugar. Right in there. Okay. And it would help if I plugged the machine in, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh. I'm not always too bright this early in the morning. So we're going to cream that together. And then we're going to add 2 eggs, well beaten. Good. I just beat them up with a fork. And we're going to add 4 bananas. Now here's where this banana bread might get a little bit different. Here's our bananas. I put them on a sheet of parchment paper on a baking tray in a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. We roast these bananas. It brings out even more of the natural sweetness. Look at that. And then we're going to add all 4 bananas and any liquid that comes out of them right into, oh, I guess I'm going to have to cut this one. It doesn't want to go. There we go. Right into our batter. It's very soft. I let these cool down, obviously. That's why I'm handling them. Look at that floppy banana. Right in there. Nova is right at my feet. She smells banana. It's one of her favorite treats. I'm gonna have to cut her up some. Okay. And we're going to cream that together. Oh, the smell is already delicious. Okay, so I'm going to scrape down the sides. Make sure everything's getting mixed up in there. Okay. We are adding 2. Is it 2? Oh, 1.5. I'm reading my recipe here. 1.5 cups of flour mixed with a teaspoon of baking soda and a little bit of salt. Salt always is going to bring out the inherent sweetness in your baked goods, so never forget your salt. I'm also going to add about a teaspoon of banana extract. We really want to kick up that banana flavor. And a teaspoon of vanilla. Now I use vanilla bean paste. Feel free to use whatever vanilla you prefer. I buy it in bulk, and it's my favorite to use for baking. Oh, the smell is incredible. Okay. Now, one thing I will tell you before you take this bread out of the oven, it is a very moist bread. So make sure you really test it for doneness. The oven is still preheating at 350 from when the bananas were in. I'm adding 1 of those small cans of crushed pineapple. Drain it really, really well. I really squeeze the cover in there and drain all the liquid out. So 1 small can of crushed pineapple. We've got a cup of coconut, regular flaked coconut, and I've got a cup of chopped pecans. You can use the nuts, you can not use the nuts, whatever your preference is. To me, pecans go in banana bread. So what I did was I just roughly chopped them with a knife. You don't have to go crazy. I wasn't going to dirty a food processor for that. Okay. Mix that all up. And that's pretty much it. Okay. I have a loaf pan. I gave it a light spray. And I put a piece of parchment so I can lift this bread out when it's done. Now, I'm gonna watch and see what we do to make this bread extra special. If I tell you this was such a favorite among customers, I'm gonna make sure everything's really mixed up in there. And dump that batter right in. Now, I would not suggest using an 8x4 pan for this. There's a lot of batter here. In fact, the pan, you can use a 9x5. The pan I'm using is actually a 10x5. It's slightly larger than normal because my 9x5s are being washed. Okay, watch what we're gonna do. I take 2 extra bananas, maybe 1. See how many slices I get. And what I'm going to do is slice. This makes this banana bread look extra pretty and impressive and taste extra good. You're going to take your banana slices and just shingle them down the long sides. Kind of press it into the batter a little bit so that they don't fall out later. Now I'm probably going to have to, I'm going to have to cut up another banana, I'm sure. But anything left over is going to be Nova's treat, so she'll be a very happy camper. I'm going to go in the other direction for this one. They're very slippery. Slippery banana slices. I am going to slice up another one because Nova's sitting here waiting for her banana. So she'll get some of this. Leave the ends. There we go. Okay. Yeah, little girl, you're getting a treat. Okay. While the bananas were cooling, I took a little handful of coconut and I toasted it in that 350-degree oven on a piece of parchment paper. And right now, I'm going to take that toasted coconut and go right down the middle. And press it in a little bit. This is plain raw sugar. You can use white sugar, you can mix sugar and cinnamon, your choice. And I'm just gonna go over the bananas. It'll give them a little extra glistening coat, fancy them up a little bit. When I tell you this is a very special bread. Another option, if you don't want to add the banana extract that I added, since this is a tropical banana bread, you can add a rum extract. And that gives it an amazing flavor. So use your imagination, make this your own. This is going in a 350-degree oven for about 55 minutes. Keep an eye on it. If you see it's getting too brown, tent it with some foil. Make sure you really test it before taking it out. This is a very moist bread, and you want to make sure it's cooked all the way through. Here we are. Look at this bread. Now I will say, make sure you check. I used an instant thermometer The interior temperature should be 200 degrees or higher before it's done. In my oven here, it ended up taking an extra 20 minutes. So about an hour and 15, an hour and 20 as opposed to the 55. That was my old oven, which was a convection. This is not. So I'm gonna let this cool. And then your option, my option, is to glaze it with a very thin glaze made of confectioner's sugar and lime juice. This is a gorgeous bread and it smells so good. People will be so impressed if you put this on your table. See you soon. Here it is. I drizzled it with a little glaze made with lime juice and confectioner's sugar. Buon cibo, buon amici. Enjoy.